Welcome back. Hey, here we're looking at a brand new ZIBOO 17B Pro. ZIBOO, a name you probably haven't heard before, and I don't know why. Well, I do. They're a new company. They've been around just a little while, but they have come out with some pretty cool things. One of those, the 17B Pro. And that ain't no fluke. Big keep on testing shout out to ZIBOO. Thanks so much for sending the 17B Pro in for this review. So we're looking at not only the 17B Pro, but also the clamp add-on for the 17B. So it has a current clamp add-on as well that you could pick up from the ZIBOO website. Let's just turn that around the other way. Yeah, so 2 for the price of 1. Well, actually, not 2 for the price of 1. You got to buy this as well, but it's not that expensive. Hey, 17B Pro, I know you're thinking, hey, this looks an awful lot like a Fluke, doesn't it? In the box, what do you get? Well, that's a really good question. Let's take a peeky, shall we? I'm going to open it up. First of all, look at that box. Have you seen that design somewhere? Yeah. In a nutshell, capacitance measurement up to 60,000 microfarad, NCV live, LED, automatic power off, backlight, AC/DC measurement, continuity diode, duty cycle, optional ZIBOO i600E, which is right there. Lots of bang for the buck. Hey, they're talking about a 1-year warranty as well, a ZIBOO genuine warranty. And this is cool. Look at the very bottom here. DC voltage up to 1,500 volts on the 17B Pro. See that? 1,500 volts DC. Now, I've got to say for myself, this is a first. Look what you're getting in the box. Yeah, I kid you not. You're actually getting another boot. So you get your yellow boot, and you're also getting a red boot, a red holster. What the? I have not seen this dual holster thing before. Cool, I think. What else do you get? Well, of course, you get your test leads, and they are looking like your standard OEM style El Cheapos. And that is not quite it. You also get a thermocouple because, yes, this does do temperature, and that's it. That's all. You know what? Do we not get a manual? Don't get a manual. Oh, well, it's a multimeter. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. On the back of the meter, already opened, you can see I put in 3 AA batteries. And look at that easy breezy access to those 2 fuses, the low current and the high current, easy access. And a nice big threaded insert as well to open up that back. So all in all, first impressions, I like. So just in case you don't want to tick off your friends at work who just spent $300 on a Fluke, hey, look at that. You now have a red holster, and it looks pretty good in the red as well. Nice. Quality-wise, fit and finish, you know, it's pretty good. It's got some heft to it as well. I don't know if you can have that come across, but it's got some heft. It's not a light meter by any means. The printing as well is very well done. It's very concise, crisp, laser etched, whatever they're doing, but really, really nice job. Soft touch buttons on the top, and that selector switch, I like it. I like that selector. It definitely has, you know, hits those ranges with authority. I like. Take a look at the range selection, starting at the off position. 1,500 volts DC, 1,000 volts AC. Millivolts, AC, DC, and temperature. Frequency and duty cycle. Continuity, resistance, and diode. And clamp. High current amps, AC, DC. Milliamps, AC, DC, up to 500 milliamps. Microamps, AC, DC. Non-contact voltage and live wire.
Moving to the bottom of the meter, far left we have our microamp as well as milliamp inputs, followed by the high current amps, up to 10 amps, common or ground, and finally our voltage, capacitance, resistance, and diode, and also the clamp function.
5.00 is what we want, and that is what we get. Well, that drone, I think it's a little bit too close. Oh, man. Spending a little bit of time with the ZIBOO, I gotta say, the attention to quality is there. I mean, it's good looking plastics. The molding is basically perfect. And I mean, for a meter that cost around $60 Canadian, I'm impressed. Okay, gonna do a quick little head-to-head between the Fluke and the ZIBOO 17B Pro. Sitting at 1.00 volts right now. Look at that. We're gonna bring it up to about 24 volts. going to 5.00. And look at that, 5.00. 10.00 volts, and we are neck and neck, 10.00. 16.00 volts. Once again, ZIBOO and the Fluke head to head. Let's max it out now, why don't we? 23.85 volts, according to the little Finercy power supply. 23.84 for both the ZIBOO 17B and the Fluke 87. Awesome, neck and neck. Wow, I was not expecting that, Mr. ZIBOO. You did just as good as a meter that costs about 25 times as much. Still have those ProMasters attached to a resisting reference, and look at that, 100 ohm is what we want, 100.6 is what we got, and yes, those test leads have been relled. Well, didn't have to be relled, they're just fine. Let's try that difficult 0.5 of an ohm resistor. Coming in as 0.4 of an ohm. All right, we're in proverbial diode mode. Geez, I sure wish I had a manual for this. Anyway, let's see how well it does. Starting with the red LED. And you know what? We're not in diode mode. That always helps. Let's hit R, select. Oops, just passed it. All right, here we go. God, that's a good looking display too, isn't it? All right, red LED. Green LED, getting that forward voltage drop. Nice. Indicator, white LED, blue LED, 5 for 5 terms of a forward voltage drop, as well as the LED illumination. Now, we don't have that nice proverbial beep. The audible beep is always a bonus when you're troubleshooting. That way you don't have to look at your meter. You can just go by the sounds, but we don't get that with our ZIBOO. Whoops. My ProMaster here is acting a little funky. Standard diodes, though, not a problem. Looking good. Output voltage in diode mode, a solid 3.98 volts. By the way, just looking at the color, they did such a good job. It so resembles a Fluke. It's not even funny. Well, it is kind of funny, but man, that is spot on. I'm going to use my Fluke TL175s for the rest of the review, just because I can. And it's a free country, right? All right, here we go. Looking good. Fluke Test Pros, rest of the review. I'm excited. By the way, ZIBOO has a little clamp as well, the UT210E. Doesn't that sound familiar? It's not red, though. If you want to see me review this, maybe a head-to-head, let me know. This has a capacitance maximum of 60 millifarads, 60,000 microfarads. So plenty of capacitance here for those big caps. Let's try it out. 60 millifarad is what we want. It's going to be what we get. In nanofarad mode right now. Moving up to microfarad mode. Millifarad. And 42 millifarad. Awesome. Hey, another cool feature of this meter, when you turn it on, the backlight stays on. Turn the backlight off, turn it off, turn it back on. Instant backlight. That's kind of cool. Hey kids, don't try this at home. Always wanted to say that. Okay, so the current clamp, the optional current clamp from ZIBOO, aka this one, what do they call it? The i600E, 600 amp clamp. Has a really nice little carry bag with the ZIBOO logo as well. Padded, the whole 9 yards, so nice, nice. I'm gonna give it a quick go-see here. Have it plugged into that clamp mode on the meter, as you can tell right here. Now, one thing, when you turn the meter off, turn it back on, it won't remember your last setting, so by default, it will go to capacitance. I have to switch back to clamp mode. Anyway, there you go. So we are in clamp mode right now. I've got this honkin' construction light set up here. Should pull some current, I'm thinking. And we have it hooked up to our current clamp here. And let's just see what happens. So put on the safety goggles. Here we go. Turned it on. Oh, jeez Louise, that's bright. Whoa. Can't even see the meter. Good God. 12.4 amps right now being pulled from that honkin' light. Holy moly. So it is a bright one. Maybe that's a little easier. 12.4 amps. Oh, man. Turn it off and bing, bang, bong. Does the job. Good for apparently up to 600 amps as well. High current, 600 AC amps. And this is only an AC clamp, by the way, not a DC clamp. So to take note of that. But other than that, nice packaging. Solid piece of equipment here. Nice piece of gear. Well made. I got to say, it's really solid. And yeah, I like it. By the way, the meter does have a VFD mode as well, variable frequency mode. I'm not going to be looking at that today, but you do have that option. If you have a variable frequency drive you want to test out, there you go. Cool. Okay, continuity is what we want. It's what we're in. Got the stock default test leads, and 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice. Wow, loud latched. And we have a nice visual indicator as well coming up here on the range, right underneath LED. That's very cool. Pro Masters. Wow. Loud latched and even a little bit quicker to latch. AC volts, 120.5 volts AC, looking good. Right now we're in NCV mode, non-contact voltage, and look at that sensitivity. H for high, and we have that nice red indicator as well. Good stuff. Finally looking at low current with our current reference here, 100 milliamps and 100.1 milliamps, spot on for the little ZIBOO. Alrighty, teardown time, here we go, taking a look under the little 17B Pro from ZIBOO. Let's take it off. We had not 1, 2, 3, 4, but 5 Phillips. One right in the middle there, dead center, as you can see. Take those out, and it just comes off like so. Whoa! Check it out. Goodness gracious. Well, okay, let's start off with the back of the meter here. Some pretty good quality plastics. Remember, this is like 65 Canadian, around $49 or so US. Very, very sweet. Nice job. Nice job. A little bit of blast protection going there on the rim. And we have those connectors that make contact with the battery terminals onto the PCB. And it's nice and clean. Nice and clean. See, these make contact with those. So, nicely done. Okay. Now, look at that. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 MOVs. 2 PTCs. I'm in input protection heaven. Very nice. I was not expecting, to be honest with you, I wasn't expecting to see any MOVs. Maybe 1 PTC, but we are getting some very robust circuitry going on here. Diode clamp. We have 2 fuses, ceramic fuses, 6x30s, and they are properly rated. The 600 milliamp is overrated because this only has a 500 milliamp rating, and we have our 10 amp 1000 volt fuse. Both are rated at 1000 volts. Nice. Oh, so nice. A little bit closer look. Nice ratings right on the get-go. Nothing obfuscated going on. Right in your face. This is what you get. What we're talking about. I love it. I love it. Current shunt over here. We have some nice space spark gap protection between those inputs and the fuses again. Nice thinking here. And we don't just have your standard. Wow, I'm just impressed here. We don't have your standard split variety jacks. No, we don't. We have nice screwed in with the nuts, the whole 9 yards. Quality here. Some quality inputs. Whoa, this thing just keeps surprising me. Once again, there's those MOVs, PTCs, diode clamp, yada yada, loving it. Resistor array, and the main IC here is unfortunately cobbed. Here we have the programmable headers for programming from the factory. That, my friends, is the NCV layer here embedded into the PCB itself. Of course, we have our buzzer Espico, nice crystal oscillator over there. And, you know, just generally speaking, I'm impressed. I am impressed. They did a really good job. Look at that. Clean machine. No flux residue, nada. Pinata. Beautiful. Something else that impressed me too is the soldering. Look at that. Look at that. You can tell that's hand soldered here. Nice big blobs of it. It's not just hanging on for dear life. No, that connector is in for the long term. You know, my only critique out of this meter here inside thus far is the fact that we don't have threaded inserts to open up the back of it. But, you know, that being said, we do have easy access to those fuses, so you really shouldn't have to open it up like this ever. Wow. Okay, gonna put it back together, come back with my, closing thoughts. I know. Closing thoughts on the ZIBOO 17B Pro. Oh, yes. And yes, this is one really good meter. Hey, by the way, the clamp bag will actually fit your multimeter. So if you get the clamp, you can use it as a 2-in-1. And speaking of 2-in-1, have you ever seen a multimeter give you both a yellow boot as well as a secondary boot? I mean, 2 for the price of 1. Whoa! Hey, if you really want to piss off your friends who just spent $300 to $400 on a brand new Fluke, tell them, hey, I got a 17B as well. Only cost me $40. Yeah. There's not a freaking thing I didn't like about this meter. Everything inside and out, top-notch, stellar. I'm in happy multimeter land, wherever the hell that is. This meter performed way better than I expected. It has all the functions you'll ever need. Everything from high current, low current, you name it, VFD included. It has temperature, dual, Celsius, Fahrenheit. What else? It's got that clamp mode. It just goes on and on. And we should have tested, but it goes up to 1,500 volts DC. Ooh, that's a lot. Yeah, that continuity mode was stellar, super fast, latched. What is not to like? Nothing at all. Inside, man, this thing kicked the llama's ass. Stellar input protection. Boy, this thing had more mobs than the Pope has crosses. I mean, it rocked. Not only that, attention to quality detail, the whole 9 yards, just very, very nice. The only faux pas, they forgot to give me a user manual, but you know what? You can download it online, so end of the day, it's just not a big deal. When I get a really good cheapo that looks like it's expensive, performs like it's expensive, has input protection like it's expensive, look no further than the little ZIBOO 17B Pro. The ZIBOO 17B gets, you guessed it, a solid 5 out of 5 stars. Whoa, another 5-star. I don't know what's with 2025, but I'm thinking this is going to be the 5-star year. Yeah. Hey, thanks for watching this review, everybody. Until the next one. Keep on testing.